Hi, I'm Imke, and in this video I am going to talk about an eating disorder that not a lot of people know, and I want to make another video about it because I think a lot of people struggle with it even when they don't notice, and I want to make some more awareness for it. I'm going to talk about atypical anorexia, which is an eating disorder that is not known that much. First one we're going to start with is this video is out of my experience about atypical anorexia. I had atypical anorexia for over 3 years. I recovered this year, and I wanted to talk about how I experienced it, and I wanted to help people with what I experienced so they know feels maybe sick enough and can recover also. In this video mostly is non-triggering, but if you're sensitive to stuff like eating disorders or if you have an eating disorder, please be careful. I try to make it less triggering that I can do, but if you don't experience or don't think what I say is right, everyone has a different experience from an eating disorder and atypical anorexia. And I wanted to say that because I think it's important that I tell my story so people don't feel alone and I can make awareness for it. It's not that I want to be a better person because I had this eating disorder. I want to say that. So let's start with this video. I had an eating disorder for over 3 years. It started in COVID season, I think, and I got diagnosed with first anorexia. After that I got diagnosed with atypical anorexia because I didn't had underweight. I never had underweight, and I think it's important that I said that. It's okay to not have underweight when you have an eating disorder, because I'm going to be very serious about this, but in my whole eating disorder I didn't change weight at all. We don't know why that is, but I think it's because I still ate. And everyone eats with an eating disorder. I want to make that clear. It's important that I said that because maybe you feel less alone if I say that I didn't change weight at all. Not a gram, not anything. I stayed the same for over everything. I didn't look sick. I felt sick, but I didn't look sick. In my mind, I was very chaotic, had a lot of thoughts, stuff like that, but I didn't look like it. People said to my face that I didn't look like I had anorexia, and I wasn't okay with that. I didn't feel sick enough at all, and I think that's the most struggling thing you can have when you have atypical anorexia. You don't look sick, or bulimia or anything like that. You don't look the way you feel, and that hurts because you want to let people know how you feel and how you are, so you were going to try getting sicker because that's the only way you can let people know how you feel, because saying it doesn't make it feel better. And I wanted to feel loved, and now I know you can also feel loved by other things, by people, but also by things you do. When you have an eating disorder, you need to find where the eating disorder is from, because everything has a reason to be here. So your eating disorder has a reason. It's going to give you a lesson, because when you don't finish the things you started, there will not come an end. You are not opening the door fully, which you need to do. I also want to say that you are more than your eating disorder. It's not that yes, maybe your eating disorder right now is your whole life, but I have a little thing about this. This is you. You are this little circle. You are this is your life. This is how you are. This is your personality. This is your things that you love. This is your eating disorder. This is atypical anorexia. We called mine eating disorder a name, so it's not mine, but it's a different person. Mine called Joep. It's Dutch, so Joep was all the way over me. So he had 2 little balls, and it was like this. I wasn't myself anymore. I couldn't do anything about it. I still don't remember some things that I said. But sometimes when I was very hungry or stuff like that, still my inner voice came outside and said, you still need to eat. You are good enough. It was not loud. The voices came right over it. But it still was a little bit sometimes there. And when you fully close the door, your eating disorder thinks this is not going to be there anymore. So he will slowly, very slowly, go away. But if you not fully open that door, it will go a little bit, like it will still stay, and it will still like get you into the past, and that's not what you want. Your eating disorder has so many negative thoughts that you don't have you can't see the positivity anymore, and your mind is playing a game on you. I think that's so important, to just always think it's not real. It's not real, it's not real, it's not real. Even when you need to scream at yourself, do it. Go scream at yourself and say it's not real, because I know how it feels to have those mind-blowing negative thoughts that always stay in your mind and always be there. And still, I have them, but I can change them. And I think that's the best thing I've learned about this whole thing. It's not only awareness that it will make, I will also try to help people. And I know you don't want help, because this feels like a safe space for you. And if it doesn't, then please listen. This helped me so much, and you deserve the best. And I really hope you will get through this. What helped me is to write things on my mirror, like you're beautiful, affirmations like you're beautiful, you're worthy, you are pretty, positive thoughts, quotes that I want to remember. I all write them down on my mirror, because that's the way, because you always look in the mirror, because that's just a thing, we look in the mirror. So when you have positive thoughts on it, you can always like read them and say them to yourself out loud or in your mind. But it's so important to hang everywhere those positive thoughts, because you will not remind them, because those negative thoughts are in your head. But if you read them or if you see them, you will get more, they will get more in your head, and they will help more. Writing and journaling was one of the things I mostly did in my whole journey. I wrote down every thought I had, everything I felt, because when you write things down, you can feel them in a different way. You can look at the paper and think, oh, but that's seriously like weird, because every time I wrote down, like mostly it was at night, I wrote down everything that I felt, and the day after that I looked again and I said to myself, what is this? This doesn't sound real. This is not me. And when I look back at all the things I wrote down in my journey, I was like, that's not realistic at all. And that's why it helped me a lot to look at a different perspective from what you're doing right now, because you're not in your body anymore, you're in your mind. And when you write things down or when you journal, that's the same. But if you write things down, it will help a lot with getting out of your head and looking at it from a different perspective. Also, doing things you love is one of the things that's so important to do. Even when you don't want to recover, you need to still keep going, because where you're just going to rot in bed. It's not going to get better. But if you're going to do things that you love, you can have some distraction, you can feel a bit more alive, and that's so important in these types of moments. Quotes, very, very important. I remembered some quotes that I still remember. One of them is trust, trust, trust. It means for me to trust in God, but also trust in yourself, trust in the progress. Because if you don't trust the progress, you're going to wait a long time. And if you trust and wait and seriously just wait, you will come there finally. Because it's not going to be this time every year, every season. And I don't think you even want that. So if you don't want that, why would you not recover right now and live your life, your teenage years? Or you can say to your family, yeah, I had the best teenage years of your life. Because I don't think you want to say it to your grandchildren. I say this to, or like children, or if you even don't want children, like some other people. Yeah, my teenage years were the worst. I didn't do anything than stay in bed. I think everyone wants to say to their grandchildren, I had the best time of my years, because teenage years are the times that you learn the most, that you feel the most, and that you feel first love, feel everything. And it's just so important to think that these days will go by. So why not recover right now and live your teenage years and stay here, do the things you love, start following your dreams, than only laying in bed thinking life sucks, because that's not the mindset. But you can also scream positive thoughts to yourself, or scream at your eating disorder, because your eating disorder is a different person from you. We just made that. So, you know the circles? This is you, this is the eating disorder. You are two different persons. Remember that. We can fix that. So, we will try to scream like you do at a normal person if you're mad. You're just going to be mad at your eating disorder. You're going to say that he sucks. I hate him. Everything. You just need to get hate to that eating disorder. Because that eating disorder is not you. It's not you. I will say that every time in every video. It's not you. Because it's like a demon in yourself, which you struggle with. But if you're getting mad at that eating disorder, it will get less bigger. Because now it's like this. But if you want it to be less bigger, you need to scream at it. Like, if I scream at you, you will get smaller. You will be more anxious. And we want that to happen to the eating disorder. So if you scream like he sucks, you suck, everything about that. Like you can swear, you can do anything. It will get smaller. And when it gets smaller, it will get less loud. I can finally do the things I never thought I can do. Like go to London, go travel, go make YouTube videos for other people to inspire them. Write a book, go outside. I never thought I could do that, but here I am. So, how long do I film right now? I think pretty long. So, I think this is the end of the video. If it helped, I really hope it does. You are loved and you are a good person. I really hope you get out of this mindset. And if you want to talk with somebody, try to talk in the comments. I will look about the comments, and it's a safe space for everyone. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to follow, follow. And I will see you next time. Bye, princess.